Warning, may cause extreme student engagement.
This is The Digital Dish.
Your go-to podcast for all things tech and education.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi, welcome back to the Digital Dish podcast.
Woohoo! We're your hosts, Allie, the husky snuggle whisperer and your ed tech coach.
And I'm Katie, the cow hoof enthusiastic and director of ed tech at West Hill.
So what is the cow hoof situation?
Oh my God. Okay, so I have been obsessed with videos from Nate the Hoof Guy on Facebook. It's just videos close up of him trimming cow hooves and then finding defects and things in them. So if like a cow is limping when he pulls the hoof up, and you don't even see the guy's face, but you just see the hoof, and he's like grinding it, and he uses these knives to like trim it down, and he gets to like the root of the problem, and sometimes it like bursts and bubbles, and sometimes there's like rocks in it, and sometimes there's like nails in there embedded, and like then he trims up all the hoof and both claws, and he'll block a claw to keep pressure off the other claw. It's so cool. Like his voice is very like low key, and he explains everything he's doing. I'm just like, I cannot stop watching them. It's so stupid.
Sounds really funny, just like a pedicure but for a cow.
Yeah, right. And it talks about all the different problems they can have with their hooves. Their claws. There's a medial claw and an outer claw.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Definitely sounds it.
Yeah. So what's up with your badge for today, you husky snuggler?
So I have a husky lab mix at home, Padfoot. She's 2. And throughout all of our break and anytime I was home, she would pretty much bark or whine at me until I sat down so she could snuggle with me.
Oh,
Like every time, which was really cute. So I have a lot of
cute.
snuggle pictures.
Dogs are so funny like that. They have
Absolutely.
such personalities.
Which hers is very funny because even sometimes it's like in the middle of the night. And so I have to like roll over in bed for her to hop up on.
Yeah. I've got one that will hang out in the hallway if we're in different rooms. And then he won't come into the room until we're all in the same room. He like is a herder. He likes to keep all eyes on us.
The protector.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
No, it's so funny. So you had a good break then?
I did. It was a lot of family time, which is fantastic. How was your time off?
Ish. Yeah. It was very quiet here, which I like sometimes, but then it kind of gets lonely. And today and yesterday it was great because I saw a bunch of teachers out and about, and what didn't feel so quiet. So both times are very good. But it was, nice and slow here.
It's good for a break.
Yeah, it's a good mental break.
Awesome. Do you want to get to what we're talking about today?
Yeah. So I wanted to actually, before we do that, I wanted to tell you about a teacher's lesson that I saw the other day.
Ooh, please do.
Yeah. Before break, I popped into a teacher. His first name is Jacob. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention last names, but he's a little bit of a younger teacher, newer to the profession, but he's been here for a few years, and he was teaching math in 7th grade. And I don't know if you've ever taught 7th graders anything. It's very difficult to do, and it's like a whole classroom full of these squirrely, mostly boys, touching each other, leaping and, pulling each other's ears. I don't know. They're just like constantly moving, constantly. And I thought he did a really good job of corralling them, but also keeping them on topic. And the way he did that was to do a group work that I've never really seen before, where the students worked together, and each group had a different question or a problem they had to fill out. And the group worked on, it was like groups of 2 or 3, and they worked on the problem, and they weren't given the right answers. And so Jacob would go around and kind of nudge the groups. Like if they couldn't figure out the problem, he would ask leading questions. And I just really liked the way that it went. It was very organized. And, then they chose a different problem after that. And like all the problems were review for different things that they've done throughout the unit. So it was really cool to see the kids like staying on task and working together. It's clear that the culture in the classroom is one of learning and respect and kindness. So it was just like a highlight of my week. You know, it was a couple weeks ago, but it was just like a really nice lesson to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Way to go, Jacob.
Yeah, shout out.
Woohoo.
Okay, so you want to get into it?
Sure, let's go.
What's our topic today?
We are talking Edu protocols.
Ooh, Edu protocols is one of my favorite topics.
For those who might not know what an Edu protocol is, do you want to kind of go into a little mini description before we choose our favorite?
Yeah, I can try. I sometimes struggle with helping people understand what they really are because they're not really lessons, but they're kind of like a grab and go lesson or an activity. It's very easy to implement because the teacher doesn't have to do a lot of legwork to set it up. And the students are the ones that do all of the work, which is always something we'd like to see. So for instance, you know, you might have, I'm going to talk about my favorite Edu protocol, but you might have students doing the reading and analyzing and communicating. There's always aspects of collaboration and communication, and you're working in those soft skills a lot. Like the whole activity is a lot of that. And then the teacher has the freedom to go and check and making sure that each group is doing what they're supposed to be doing, but also helping lead the conversations or the collaboration or steering them in the right direction or keeping them on task or down the right road and whatever the Edu EDU protocol is. I don't know. Edu protocol, EDU protocol, tomato.
Sounds like a pretty easy way to help students engage quickly.
Yes. And it, again, less work on the teacher, more work on the kids.
All right. So what's your favorite one?
My favorite one right now has been Iron Chef. I said iron. Iron Chef. And I love this one because it involves all students. And it can involve all students no matter the level of ability. So you can differentiate it quite easily. And all you really need to do is make a template and give it to the group. And then they go, and it's kind of like a jigsaw activity. And the way you set it up, every student is doing something different within the group. And then they teach each other what they've learned and then teach the rest of the class what they've learned. So every group has a different topic. And you can set it up however you want. In other aspects, I've done like pairs working on the same topic, and then they share to a little bit of a bigger group. Or everyone has their own like research topic and then they put all of their information in a very succinct way on a slide with a visual, which is a Marzano level of learning, so non-linguistic representation. And then there's always a secret ingredient, which I think is kind of fun. And anytime that I've done this with teachers and or students, everyone has been engaged. No one has been cheating because it's set up in a way that you can't really cheat. And it's just a really good time and everyone's, stays on task.
Nice. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. And I love the name.
I mean, that's great, especially if you like all of the cooking shows.
Yes. Yep, definitely. You could incorporate more of that into there. But how about you? What is your favorite?
So mine is called Meme Me Up Scotty.
That sounds hilarious. Sorry, I had to take a little sip.
No, that's fine.
Meme Me Up Scotty.
Yes. So again, I love the name. Like I am super crazy nerd, so it hails from Star Trek. So super fun there. However, with this particular, it stems from a slide deck. So this is a digital activity, which is fine. However, the students just have to go into a shared slide deck and just answer a prompt with a meme. So how they're feeling or whatever the prompt is that the teacher would like. And they can I've seen it done both ways. So the teacher can actually pre-fill in all of the pictures for the memes. And so that way students just have to put up the pictures, or not the pictures, the words. Or students can actually go through, especially with the image search, and search for their own pictures that they can create into memes. Depends on how you would like to do it. I've seen it done both ways. However, they're always hysterical, especially like how you're feeling today. We get all the things.
Yeah, I kind of want to try that with teachers at the next PD.
Ooh, yes, please.
Do you remember like your favorite time doing this, or your favorite like meme or whatever topic it was?
So when I was in the classroom, I did this. I always had my students do it around Halloween time. So they would always make me really crazy Halloween memes that I could print off and put on like my classroom doors. And with teachers, honestly, probably right around this time, just to kind of help energize to get through all of the really cold winter months.
If I were a building principal, I would use this at the beginning of a faculty meeting.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. Can you imagine?
Next PD.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So that really concludes our topic for today. But if you want to know more about EDU protocols and using them in your classroom, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. There's tons of different kinds for all subject areas, all grade levels, all ability levels. You don't have to know anything about technology to do this, and engages all kids. I like the word all. So it's a great way to change things up a little bit.
It's great across the board from really littles to all the way on up through adult learners.
Absolutely. All right. Do we have anything coming up soon at all?
Not as of yet, other than our first Lego League competition is finally this weekend. I'm really excited.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Awesome. Well, if you didn't know, we now have an Instagram and a Facebook page.
Woohoo! Go Katie.
So we're on Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and the good old internet at bit.ly/digital dish pod.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
I think so.
All right. Awesome.
And you could always email us and, come and talk to us if you would like to be a special guest on one of our future podcasts.
We would love that.
We would absolutely love somebody else to be talking to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right. Have a good one, everyone.
Enjoy.